It has been 8 months since I left my promising career as a doctor to start something that entirely different as a digital nomad and now working remotely. So in this video, I'm going to share 3 things that I learned throughout the process that have helped me to make an informed decision on whether or not should I change my career path and start something new. To give you a little bit of a background, I spent 7 years studying medicine in China. And my day-to-day life used to look like waking up early, going to the hospital, doing the rotation, come home, studying, sleep, and repeat it the whole entire process the next day. Pretty much what I was looking forward was the weekend where I would have more time to myself, where I can watch my favorite shows, rest more, and do YouTube as my hobby. So after I graduated from medical school, I had to make one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. And it was to leave all the hard work, dedication, and time, as well as energy that I've put into medical school for 7 years. The truth is, I didn't know if that was the right decision to make. But what I know is if I didn't take the chance, I would regret it. Throughout the process of figuring out whether or not should I leave my career as a doctor, I learned that the most valuable thing in life is your time. When I was working at a hospital, I got to work with a lot of successful doctors. And when I said successful, they're obviously an expertise in their field of medicine and they're making a lot of money. But from working closely with them, I actually got to see how their life is. I remember I was doing my rotation in gynecology department and I saw a lot of doctors complaining about how they didn't have the time to spend time with their kids and they're constantly tired. At that point, I remember thinking how my life would look like if I continue with that career path. The reason why it was so hard to leave was obviously the paycheck and the social status. And yes, I hate to admit this, but I would be lying if I didn't mention about this. When you have a certain career and you kind of feel like people have some expectation on yourself, it's really hard to let go of something even though it doesn't feel aligned with what you truly want in your life. So you just keep on going into the rabbit hole of doing something that you think people expect from you. I was 26 years old when I decided to leave medicine, and at that point I remember feeling like it was just too late for me to start something new. And I've spent 7 years learning about medicine. Am I just gonna throw away all these 7 years of dedication and hard work and not use anything from it? But then my mindset shifted to, what if I'm throwing away another 7 years doing something that I know deeply that I don't want to do? And that thought is like a wake-up call to me. The truth is, a lot of people are willing to spend another 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years to do something that they feel miserable about just because they're afraid to let go of their current career. And I know that every job comes with its own obstacles, but what you're doing, especially if you're spending 40 hours of your week, shouldn't make you feel miserable all the time. I still work long hours with what I'm doing right now, managing social media accounts of my clients, as well as developing my own personal brand. But even though I'm spending 40 hours or more than 40 hours with late night editing my YouTube video, I feel a whole different satisfaction and joy from it. So really think about what comes natural to you, something that you've always wanted to do if you have the choice to start over. With that being said, your why shouldn't be the only reason why you quit. We all are responsible for our lives. We still got bills to pay, and that's why when I know that I'm gonna quit my career as a doctor, I built up this emergency saving account. Basically, even if I don't find another type of job for the next 6 months, I would be able to cover my daily expenses. By that time, I was trying to learn new skills in digital marketing because I know that's something that I'm really interested in. I learned about content creation, social media marketing, SEO, all from taking classes online and getting a certification. And since I know that one of the biggest passion of mine is to travel, I choose country with the lower cost of living like Thailand and Vietnam. The next thing that I realized was by living the career that you're unfulfilled with, you're not really disappointing anybody. At least not the people that truly care about you. Before I decided to leave my career as a doctor, I had this thought that I was disappointing my family, my parents, my siblings, my friends, because everybody kind of have an expectation on me. So that is one reason that has been pushing me to not leaving my career as a doctor, or even to bring out this idea to my family. But I have been blessed by having a family that I'm really close with. So before graduation, I actually talked to my parents and I told them that I've been getting constant burnout from the hospital. I think I won't be fulfilled with this career path, and I want to find something new, something that I actually love and enjoy. And my parents were actually very supportive. I remember my mom was telling me that there is no point of doing something for years that I feel miserable in. And with that, I realized that people who truly care about you do want to see you happy doing something that you love. When I make a video about how I quit medicine before, I got some comments about people who are working as a lawyer who think they already have a successful career path lining up in front of them and they feel like they're throwing away something really valuable. By the end of the day, you're the only one who's living your life. And no matter how happy or how miserable you are, you're the only person who knows how you live your life. With all being said, I'm not by any means saying that everybody should quit their job. There are people who've been thinking about quitting their job but afraid because of social expectation, or you're afraid you won't be as successful with a new career path. And the truth is, there is no guarantee that you can be more successful or making more income than what you're currently making. But by following your heart, you're guaranteed gonna feel a lot happier. There's also a lot of way to learn new skills, and we are very lucky to live in this digital era where you can pretty much learn everything online. So yeah, I'm happy to say after 8 months of quitting medicine, I feel like this is one of the best decisions I've ever made. I learned a lot about living life in my own term, working hard without getting burned out, having the balance of work as well as my personal life, taking care of myself. And since I'm doing something that I'm truly passionate about, I've been lucky enough to land some amazing opportunities where I got to work with brands that I love and creating content for you guys. So I hope if you're watching this will give you a boost of confidence that there's a lot of opportunity out there and you're not alone. If you want to share your thought and talk about something else, you can leave the comment down below, and that's it for today's video. I'll see you on my next one. Bye!